or 7 degrees. Now, looking at this real quick, we're going to find that we're using the ignition feedback in order to force the idle speed to get us close to this 0 idle RPM air. We can see we're overshooting it right now, so we're commanding a spark timing anywhere between 0 and 8 degrees. We're specifically setting the table up like this, so this is going to force a little bit lower torque output out of the engine. Less torque at idle means that we're going to get closer to our idle RPM offset here is 0, and essentially falling in line with our target. We can try to force the idle a little bit more. If we have a little bit more negative number here, instead of 8, I could put a 3. Instead of negative 100 here, I could put something like 0, and then at negative 200 over, we could do it at something like negative 5. Now notice when I do this, I'm getting a little bit of oscillation and feedback in the idle speed because it just may be too much of a step between my spark timing. So going back here to our 0 offset, we put this at something like maybe 12, and then our negative 25 offset here, put it at something like maybe 6. We might find that calms down a little bit. There's still a little bit of oscillation in here, but the idle speed is falling in line more towards that 0 RPM air, or more towards the actual target. So we see what that's doing and how this feedback is working. So I don't need to adjust the idle set screw on our throttle bodies. We talked about that before I fired off the engine. That idle set screw is set to the minimum airflow bleed through the throttle plates. So we have our fueling figured out, we have our airflow figured out, and now the spark timing is trying to adjust to get to the desired torque, desired idle speed. We can't do anything further. I can't lower down that airflow anymore. That's the minimum. We're pretty close to that desired target here. We're at 1230, 1240. That's close enough, so I'm not going to go after anything further in the idle control. We should be good here within this idle control routine. Okay, so let's go take a look at 2 more things as we're getting things sorted out here with our tutorial. Let's go into our VVT area here, so the variable cam, and we're going to take a look at our variable cam window. So in our variable cam window, we're going to find that our intake cam 1 position is showing it's actually at 6 degrees, while the intake cam target is showing 0 degrees. Now, what does this mean? This means here that the offset value has to be adjusted. So we want to adjust this offset so that our intake cam position is reading 0 when the target is 0. This makes sure that we're synced between the actual engine's cam position movement and the max here. So I'm going to go in and just try to change this value. Let's go to negative 226. And when I do this, notice we're close to that 0. So we're commanding 0. We should see 0 at the cam. Let's go a little bit further than that. Let's do negative 226.5. And now we can see we're at roughly 0. So that's exactly where I want to be at. We don't need to do anything further in here right now for the variable cam control. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.